What's up, my peoples? Salutations, Yisrael, Yasharel, however y'all want to say the name, Israel. I think it's Yisrael, but that's to be determined. Um, a lot of people are indifferent about that, and they don't like me because of it. Maybe I don't know, but I want to give esteem, majesty, uh, graciousness, baraka, reverence, respect, and loyalty to the Almighty Himself, His Highness, the Master of all creation, the owner of the world, uh, the sovereign deliverer. All these different things we can call Him. We don't have. There's not enough adjectives to describe Him. All right, but we can try. He's my father. He's my creator. He's my protector. He's my savior. All right. He's the alpha and the omega. All right. He's the beginning and the end. Only He is the beginning and the end. All right. He's the true and living God, and He's the mighty one of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who I'm talking about. All right. The mighty one of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and His name is Yahuwah. All right. So, y'all see the title. I saw this video that popped in my feed on my one of my other channels, on my Rob the Joke channel, and yeah, over there on that channel, I conversate about different topics. I talk about politics. I talk about sports. I talk about music and entertainment, and I talk about how it affects the black community. You know what I'm saying? How it affects us. And so, but if you're interested, that channel is called Rob the Joke, Jack of all trade, of Jack of all conversations. All right, but let's see here. The loyalty test is what that video was about, and it was about a guy who was testing his girlfriend to see if she was loyal because he was about to get a huge raise at his job. He was an IT programmer of some kind. He dealt with computers and IT tech and stuff, and he was making 52,000, but he was about to start making 300,000, and he wanted to test his girl to see how loyal she was to him and see where her mind was and see if she was wife material and marriage worthy. All right, because he wanted to break the news to her. They had been together for 4 years, but obviously he had suspicions of doubt because he wanted to test her. You know what I'm saying? Usually, if you haven't been given any suspicions of doubt, you don't test your girl. You marry her and you make her yours. But he was about to, come up, and in this modern age, there are a lot of channels out there telling our young guys, especially our young black guys, to protect themselves from gold digging women, no matter what race, no matter what color, and all that stuff. All right. But this was a black guy and a black girl, a Hebrew guy and a Hebrew girl. I'm assuming, all right, because we know not all melanated people is Hebrews, all right, but so he tested her with a fake lottery ticket that was worth $500,000. She scratched off the lottery ticket, and when he asked her, well, I got all these alarms. Stop. All right, when he asked her, did she win anything? She said, no, I'm going to just throw the ticket away. I didn't win nothing. But she's sitting there holding a lottery ticket that says $500,000. It was a fake ticket that he gave her, though. All right. And so he was testing her, and his hope was that she would say, baby, we done hit the lotto. And then he would break it to her that, no, that's a fake ticket, but we really did hit the lotto because I'm about to be making $300,000 a year. That's the way he thought it was going to go, but it didn't go that way. She made plans. She took a picture of that lottery ticket. She took a picture of that lottery ticket and sent it to her sister and told her sister that she's about to leave him and he don't even know it. And as I was listening to the story, I felt sorry for the dude. But I'm glad the dude did the loyalty test because he now knew that she wasn't right for him. And she wasted 4 years of his life, basically. And so I brought that story up And the story is still happening right now. It's like a month old if y'all want to go look it up. Um, the fast forward to where the story is now briefly. She is suing the friend of the ex-boyfriend, or she's talking about suing the friend of the ex-boyfriend for ruining her life. And he posted he posted their conversation, and she said in there that what she did, any right thinking woman would have done, leaving somebody who wasn't making that much money because she came up on $500,000. She said any girl would have did that, and I know for a fact my wife wouldn't have done that. Me and my wife been through a lot of stuff. All right, my wife is a wife. She's not a girl I married. I married, a wife. So a wife is ride or die. In modern terminology, a wife is ride or die. All right, you got to take that to a literal sense, ride or die. And this girl wouldn't ride or die for him. All right, and she proved it with a fake lottery ticket. And that, man, I'm like, dang, he dodged the bullet. And I feel for him more than I feel for her because she made a choice. And in this day and age, we got to stop sugarcoating these bad choices we make. All right, we got to make people accountable and own up to their bad bullcrap. All right, they bad decisions. I've made plenty bad decisions that I'm still paying for. All right, and in this captivity, sometimes your decisions make you pay even worse. All right, but I've dodged a few bullets myself. All right, but so why am I sharing this story on my Tanakh page, on my Tanakh channel? Because our life, this reminded me of our lives right now. Our life is a loyalty test to the Almighty. All right, the Most High is testing us every day with these different things, these different vulnerabilities, these different decisions we have to make, these different instances of laziness or action that we have to take, these different instances of stress. Life is like a stress test, but it's really a loyalty test. You know what I'm saying? And so the Most High, when he resets this thing, there's not going to be any wickedness allowed in the earth. And so he's got to test the ones that are going to be worthy to be in this reset. When the prophecies come to fruition, and the rightful people who are the Most Highs are placed at their apex, at their position, all right, the world is going to be in such balance that wickedness will not be allowed. All right, and so we are being tested with our loyalty to the Most High. That's what this story reminded me of. But I think there are 4 major categories of loyalty. Now, there could be more. I'm sure I could sit and think of more, but these are the ones that the Most High immediately put in my mind. All right, the number one way to be loyal to Him, to pass the test of loyalty, is to worship Him alone. All right, there can be no other. All right, the Most High is alone, and these different religions have placed people in position to take some of the glory and some of the esteem and some of the honor and some of the authority away from the Most High, and He ain't giving it away. All right, the Most High, He is who He is, and we cannot compare Him with anybody or any other thing. All right, so number one is the first test of loyalty for the Most High is, will you worship Him alone? All right, and a lot of billions of people are not. Like the majority of the earth is not worshiping Him alone. And they believe all these other things, all these other religions. The Most High does not have a religion. The Most High has a set standard that anybody can follow. It's not a religion. All right. Number two, all right, is something that the woman in the story I just told didn't seem to have. All right, humility. It's required to pass the loyalty test that the Most High is putting out. All right, I believe, according to Scripture, according to Tanakh, the Father makes it mandatory for us to be to worship Him alone, according to Deuteronomy chapter 4 and Deuteronomy chapter 13. All right, and then also he requires humility, according to Leviticus 26. All right. We are told to own up to our sins and our trespasses and our mistakes and our errors, all right, and own up to those of our bloodline descendants, all right, and confess those sins and apologize for them and ask for forgiveness for them, all right, and that's a form of humility, and that's one of the highest forms of humility, in my opinion, all right, and we have to. It's mandatory by the Most High, if you ask me, all right. So those are two of the four ways that I'm going to mention in this video. The third way, and these are interchangeable. I do believe number one, worshiping Him alone, you know what I'm saying, is number one. You know what I'm saying. But the other three, I think, are interchangeable. All right. The third one is righteousness. All right. Righteousness in the Father's sense of righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Avoiding sin, avoiding sinful nature, avoiding sinful tendencies, resisting sinful tendencies, resisting temptation, all right, to go against the Father's standards, disciplining yourself. All those are forms of righteousness. All right, helping people is a form of righteousness. Helping people is also a form of humility. All right, so righteousness is mandatory to pass the Father's loyalty test. And then the last thing, all right, the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments are mandatory to pass the Father's loyalty test. All right, thou shalt not, steal. Thou shalt not kill. All right, keep the Shabbat day holy. All right, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Those 10 commandments that he left don't cover anything that's your neighbor's. All right, that makes, if you do those 10 things, that means your life is balanced. All right. Now, is it hard in some circumstances to do all 10 of those things every day? There are circumstances that pop up on us where we are made to choose certain things, or there are certain circumstances that pop up to where the Father is trying to show you something, all right, in that. And He's testing your humility, He's testing your righteousness, and He's testing your love for Him and Him alone, all right. And He uses the 10 Commandments to test the other three, I believe, you know what I'm saying? But the 10 Commandments is still very important and prevalent today, and we have religions that say that they're not, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, though, this loyalty test that we're living, all right, is similar to the story I told, that video I watched, all right, but in a sense, it's different, all right, because this right here, you're messing with your life, you're messing with your opportunity to be in the coming kingdom when the Father resets this thing. Whether He resets it, whether He begins the main part of the reset process tomorrow, at the end of the year, next year, or in 2037, whenever He decides to do it, all right, we have to have proved ourselves to Him, all right. And so if we don't prove ourselves to Him, we're not going to be worthy of the coming kingdom. And the coming kingdom is Israel. The coming kingdom is not no Jesus kingdom. It's not no Son of Man kingdom. No, the coming kingdom is when Israel and Judah will be put back together, and the Father will put His Spirit on us. All right, whoever we are, Father will put His Spirit on us, and then the rest of the nations of the world are going to know who we are, and they're going to have to follow the same rules we follow. And if they don't, all right, it's going to be hell to pay for them. All right, so at the end of the day, I'm glad to be in a position where the Father is showing me numerous things, where the Father has been very merciful to me. The Father has been very gracious and kind to me and my family. All right, the Father has been very influential in my last several years to all my learning, the wisdom He's given me, the patience He's given me, the ability to endure, the ability to create, the ability to to observe when I have to and not say a thing, and the ability to move according to what is happening in my life. You know what I'm saying? To the ability to be able to navigate the certain hills, peaks, and valleys of my life. And I'm thankful for that. And I believe that if I stay in these four contexts, worshiping him alone and representing him alone, not having no middleman, in my representation of him, not having no middleman when I'm talking to him, and when he's dealing with me, don't be adding and interjecting a middleman. All right. Then staying humble, keeping in my calmness and in my humility. All right. As I approach life every day, and then my righteousness as I read and study Tanakh and try to execute the things that the Most High is happy with, and then finally as I try to keep the Ten Commandments. I ain't trying to keep the Ten Commandments how you think I should keep the Ten Commandments. I try to keep the Ten Commandments based on what the Father wants and the position the Father has me in right now. All right. I don't see things the way everybody else sees them, but all of us are going through a loyalty test. A lot of us have similarities in our loyalty test. Some of us have differences in our loyalty test, but it's all about being loyal to the Father. All right. And I don't believe the Father likes division, so I don't go at brothers like I used to. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs chapter 6. I don't go at brothers like I used to, but at the same time, I'm firm on what I believe, and I'm standing on what I believe. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody disagrees with me on that, that's they have to prove themselves in those disagreements. I don't debate, so I don't debate because it's not a commandment. And if I did debate, the loser should have to go through something. The loser should have to lose something. All right. And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I've said it in previous videos. When Elijah went against the prophets of Baal, and they had that challenge, that debate, and the prophets of Baal lost, they didn't just lose the debate, they lost their lives. So that's why I don't debate, because in a situation like that, who really is going to put their life on the line? You know what I'm saying? The Father don't have us doing that right now. And anybody can say anything at a debate. They can lie, they can persecute, they can manipulate, and they can attack you. All right? And it's all, people like seeing that stuff. So me, if you want to debate, go watch MMA and watch what happens to somebody that loses a physical debate. All right, watch MMA. That's a real loser right there. All right, so wanted to put this video out there and remind everybody that we are trying to survive this loyalty test. All right, and sometimes we fail, sometimes we succeed, but always put the Most High first. Always keep him in your thoughts. Have conversations with him. Pray to him. Follow his ways. Consider what he considers, and look out for others who are trying as well. All right, look out for others who are trying as well. Okay, there's plenty of people we could get on and berate and attack, but I prefer to just remind people that we're all in a loyalty test. All right, and I prefer to just share what I know. All right, and that's going to conclude this video, and you guys know how I end them. All right, I ain't got all the answers, but I'll share what I learned. And today, I'm sharing what I've learned as far as this being a loyalty test. Choose the Father only. Be humble. All right, walk in righteousness, and try your best to stay within those 10 commandments. Until next time, you guys stay safe out there. Much love. Shalom.